It's a busy day on the campus of the University of Alabama. Spring football in the air today, but also the continuation of a tremendous three-game set between Alabama and Arkansas from Sewell Thomas Stadium. Hello, everybody. Derek Jones and Greg Olson with you. And Greg, this is a fascinating series. You have Arkansas on one side of it looking to get things going again in SEC play. Alabama looking to continue business as usual.
Well, I mean, Arkansas is ultra talented, and everybody's looking around waiting for them to wake up, and everybody's going, please, not on our weekend. Now, Alabama got scorching hot after Faye's no-hitter. They have been just swinging it as good as anybody in the league, and right now they just have a personal belief that they are going to overcome and beat the other team.
Alabama has played exceptionally well as of late, sweeping Kentucky, or getting swept by Kentucky, I should say, in the first three games. They've turned it around since then.
Yeah, that was Faye's no-hitter, and then all of a sudden they started getting some two-out hits, and all of a sudden now everybody got a little bit more comfortable with the guy behind them, and then they started getting the one-out hits and the no-out hits, and then everything just started to roll.
For Arkansas, Ryder Helfrich has been one of their leading hitters in this roster, on this roster this year. What do you see out of him?
I mean, he was a one-man wrecking crew, and showing some scenes right here in Auburn where he took over the game, and then behind the plate, absolutely lights out, a throwing catcher. You can see some athletic plays right here. One of the top catchers in the country.
And for Ryder Helfrich, he has been a constant in terms of power. 7 home runs over the last 11 games.
Yeah, and he's going to be the one guy. I mean, I'm going through their lineup right now. He and Rutenbar are the only two guys that are actually hitting fairly well against left-handed pitching. He's hitting .321 with 5 of his home runs. So he is going to have to carry the load a bit for this Arkansas offense that's been pressing in SEC play.
They'll face Zane Adams, the tough lefty, and the left-handed pitching has been tough on Arkansas bats this year.
Yeah, and he's going to look to continue that. His fastball 91 to 94. Slider has ticked up in usage this year. He uses it both the lefties and righties. Curveball landing more for a strike.
So Adams will look to bounce back after his last outing a week ago against Oklahoma. And he'll see Carter Rutenbar to start it off. First pitch missing to Rutenbar, the freshman, .358 hitter on the year. Picked up a couple of hits in game 1 last night. And Rutenbar quickly ahead here, 2-0.
Splits on Rutenbar on the season so far, hitting .556 when he's ahead in the count.
Adams missing again to run it to 3-0.
Sometimes as a pitcher, you're so focused on just keeping the ball down, they end up driving it down too low, and you over-exaggerate the motion. And now let's see if Zane Adams can fix everything, get it cleaned up, and get back into the count.
There's a first strike from Adams. Adams went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, allowed 4 runs, all of them earned, and a loss to Oklahoma. The 3-1 hit out towards left field. That one has some carry to it, back to the track. And making the catch for the out to start things up is Chase Kroberger. He gave that a ride, and that continues to struggles for Arkansas against left-handed pitching. What do you attribute that to? 209 on the year in the SEC.
Sometimes it's just nasty lefties. I mean, you got Faye last night, you got a nasty lefty. Okay, that happens, but it's hard to really come up with a solution or an idea of what's going on.
Ryder Helfrich, the junior, steps in. He has been one of the leaders on this Arkansas team this year. That runs the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Adams delivers. He's ahead, 1-2.
Adams has been pounding the bottom of that zone so much that home plate umpire Kevin Sweeney, now that bottom of the zone, strike zone, has shifted down a little bit.
Count level at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Arkansas grabbing the 7-5 win in game 1 last night, utilizing a big 6-run 8th inning to take the lead. And Helfrich goes down swinging for the 2nd out.
Well, this is what Arkansas did not do last night. They found a way to spoil some really good pitches and stay in the at-bat. And this is what they've been doing all season, is finding a way to get outs quickly and chase stuff out of the zone. That one, Helfrich gets himself out chasing a changeup about 6 inches out of the zone.
That'll leave it up to Mike Anu to keep this inning going. Anu, the center fielder, out of the 3-hole spot today for the Razorbacks. Derek Jones and Greg Olson with you. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama and Sewell Thomas Stadium for a matchup between Arkansas and Alabama. Arkansas won game 1 last night, 7-5. Trying to grab a series win here if they can get a W today. Mike Anu, the senior, 281 hitter on the year, will try to keep this inning going for the Razorbacks. Arkansas opposing the tough lefty, Zane Adams of Alabama. This Crimson Tide team has been very tough on the opposition here at Sewell Thomas Stadium. That pitch missing. Before last night, Alabama won 18 in a row in this building. And head coach Rob Vaughn hoping his team can get back on the winning track. Down goes New, and down go the Razorbacks in the top of the 1st inning. Adams locked in early on. Welcome back to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It is the bottom of the 1st inning. Alabama and Arkansas, game 2 of a 3-game set, as the Crimson Tide will take their turn now at the plate, and they are, of course, led by Justin LeBron.
I mean, this guy is a rock star, one of the top prospects in the MLB draft. Struggling a little bit at the plate, batting average-wise, but 25 for 25 in stolen bases, 11 home runs, getting it done everywhere else. It's just the batting average is not where he wants it to be.
Meanwhile, LeBron and the Crimson Tide will face Cole Gibler, the sophomore who is making his first career start, Greg.
Yeah, high strike thrower. He's gonna pound the zone. He competes well. My question is, this is his first college start, and there are nerves that are involved with that you cannot explain. You can tell me I'm pitching as a reliever, fine. It might not happen, but you tell me I'm starting the game, I know that's going to happen. There are some nerves that we're going to have to keep an eye on.
And Gibler will see Bryce Fowler to start things off here in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game. When you take a look at one of the reasons why Alabama has been so improved as of late, among those reasons at the plate right now for the Crimson Tide. He swings at the first pitch, and he sends it into right field for a base hit.
Well, there are guys you got to keep an eye on. Lefty-lefty matchups, I always assume that the guy's going to be swinging early in the count. So you don't want to give him something really great to hit. Fastball outer part of the pit plate. Fowler gets things started. Now what do we got, 29 consecutive on base?
Make it 30. Yes, 30 in a row now for Bryce Fowler on base. That'll set it up for Justin LeBron, who swings and misses at the first pitch. LeBron has labored in SEC play over the last 7 games in particular. He was 1 of 5 last night. One of the top prospects heading into the 2026 MLB draft. Ground ball hit sharply over to short, and just enough to get one as Cam Kojal makes a throw over to Nolan Souza to cut down Fowler, 1 down.
That's been the issue with LeBron. He is just not covering the outer part of the plate. So he gets an off-speed pitch outside, tries to hook it. And if it was a little bit more of a routine ground ball to shortstop, might have been a double play.
In steps the lefty, Brady Neal. Neal takes on the first pitch. Greg, anytime you have someone who has a high of a profile as Justin LeBron does, you're going to find your way on the scouting reports pretty easily. How do you think he's navigated that pressure?
You know what? I think a lot of it for LeBron is the fact that he's feeling like he's letting his team down. It's not that he's concerned with the draft or his draft stock. I mean, like I said, he's putting everything else together. Okay, you're not hitting for average. Fine, home runs are there. Stolen bases are ridiculous, 25 for 25. He feels like he is letting his teammates down that have now kicked it up into a new gear, and he's the one that hasn't kicked it up.
And that's one of the things to keep an eye on here, especially after a night like last night where he has the errors.
Yeah.
Of course, that a big part of that 6-run inning for Arkansas. LeBron takes off, and he is able to steal second base. The Helfrich throw not there in time, and LeBron is in scoring position.
Well, really good jump. So you're going to have, as a left-handed pitcher, you're going to have to go first move. So the first thing that picks, you're going to go. And LeBron gets a great jump off of Gibler. And, I mean, it's good on good. Helfrich's really good behind the plate at throwing runners out. But LeBron just finds a way. Okay, you know what? I'm 0 for 1. I can at least get myself in scoring position right here.
Finding a way to impact the game. So LeBron in scoring position. With 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Gibler takes a look. LeBron takes off. LeBron is able to steal third. The ball gets away, and Justin LeBron brings in the first run of the game for the Alabama Crimson Tide. 1-0 Alabama.
I'd say that'd be impacting a game, wouldn't you? All right. So Kojul goes behind him. They're looking for a back pick. Did he touch third base was my initial take. All right, throws up the line, goes off his body. Yep, he clips the bag, sees where the ball is. That is impacting a game. That's what scouts love. They're looking at the overall package going, we think we can clean up the batting average. We cannot create speed, power, athleticism. We can't do that. we can fix batting average.
LeBron brings in the first run as Neal is able to draw the walk. That was an error charge to Ryder Helfrich on the errant throw to third base that got away from T.J. Pompey.
And that walk is attributed to LeBron. Creating havoc at first base, you're bothering me as a pitcher, and now all of a sudden, now you're at second base, now you're bothering me there, and then that run scores, now I'm a little flustered. Ball four, now I got another runner on.
Jason Torres in, and that's a great point, Greg. That has to at least take your focus off of what's going on at home plate.
Absolutely does, and it's one of the things that just kind of mystifies me about the new analytics world that we're in of the stolen base up until this past year, where they, you know, had to move the bases a little closer to make it enticing. But the havoc that it creates on me as a pitcher, knowing that this dude's a base stealer, so I'd have Ricky Henderson on first base. My concentration isn't quite on Carney Lansford at the plate where it should be.
Ground ball over to Pompey at third, and they are able to pull off the double play. It started up by Pompey and closed out by the Razorbacks defense, but Alabama scores a run to take an early lead. It's a 1-0 lead for Alabama over Arkansas from Sewell Thomas Stadium. Derek Jones and Greg Olson with you. Game one of the series last night. It was more of the same from the Arkansas offense until the 8th inning. 6 runs in the 8th, 5 hits, a couple of home runs in the mix as well. And that's the kind of inning that Dave Van Horn was looking for from his team.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about it in our conversation this week. Just looking for these guys, his main guys, to step up in SEC play. And a huge inning last night to take that win.
And one of the key parts of that rally, Cam Kojul, a couple of hits, a double, solo home run as well on Friday night. Puts this one in the air, drifting out towards left center field, and Bryce Fowler is there to make the catch.
There's that little slider I talked about from Adams. Just enough to get Kojul off the front, onto the front foot. A routine fly ball.
Damian Ruiz will step in as Dave Van Horn, coming off of his 8th College World Series appearance as this season wears on. Obviously, you take a look at teams on a year-to-year basis. It's hard to replicate the level of success he's had on a yearly basis. Talking to him this week, he knows they've got a ways to go to get back on that track towards Omaha.
Yeah, he feels like he's got the guys, and he said the draft took a little bit away from his depth. But it was funny. You really don't think about it. You know, we're in our conversation. He goes, I know what it takes to win in this league. And I was like, yeah. But he was talking about roster construction. And he goes, we lost a couple guys before the season started into the draft, high school guys or JUCO guys. And it really took away from our depth and our ability to almost actually play functional fall games, where I was trying to split them up and that wasn't working. And then I'd go, you know, starting lineup versus backup guys. And he goes, that was just ugly. And he goes, it was just really difficult for me to figure out a way to have a competitive fall. And it's fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. And they didn't go heavy into the transfer portal.
Yeah. No, they didn't. And you're just kind of seeing it. But to hear him say, I know what it takes to win in this league and building a roster, and everybody's just waiting for them to wake up. You're waiting for their main dudes to start hitting an SEC play. And if that starts happening like it did last night in the 8th inning, uh-oh.
One of those people, Rob Vaughn, the head coach of Alabama, when we talked to him, keenly aware that this Arkansas team was closing in on that moment, and he hopes it is not against them in totality in this series.
Yep, said the same thing to me this morning before the game. Just, you know, they're going to wake up, just not this weekend, I hope.
That'll bring in Kuhio Aloy. And Aloy among the Razorbacks, trying to get his bat going in this lineup with a runner on first in Ruiz. And Ruiz thought about going, scurries back over to first.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that has been talked about. He's hitting 162 in SEC play. It's just not where he has been and what he is capable of doing.
Adams will take a toss over to hold Ruiz. Of course, Aloy's brother, Vahivo Aloy, on that graphic we just showed you about some of the lost talent from last year's Arkansas team that reached the Men's College World Series. This one foul. Ruiz can be a threat on the base paths. He's stolen 8 bags this season and 9 attempts. Aloy behind here, 1 and 2. Stays alive.
That's the one thing. And then that pitch right there just typifies what I was talking about of spoiling a really good pitch. Fouled off a changeup, pulled it, weak ground ball down the foul left side, goes back to it, and Aloy able to stay alive and spoil a really good changeup, a little bit down, a little bit out, and stay alive in the at bat.
Adams with the advantage. But he takes another toss over to first base. Alexander Peck in the on-deck circle for Arkansas. Hit sharply in the left field for a base hit. Runners now at first and second base after the 1-out single by Aloy.
Aloy came into this game hitting .091 against left-handed pitching. Gets a nice breaking ball down middle of the plate. Drives it into left field.
And this is a prime opportunity now for Alexander Peck to potentially tie this game up with runners at first and second base, one out. The first offering to Peck is outside. As a freshman, ahead in the count, 1-0. In the lineup today to put another right-handed hitter in the lineup against the lefty Adams.
Exactly, Derek. That's exactly what it is. He's putting a righty in against a left-handed Adams. Hitting .500 on the year. I'm talking about Peck versus left-handed pitching. Only his second start of the year.
Peck ahead here, 2-1. Runners in scoring position in SEC play has not been a point of strength for this Arkansas lineup. 223 on the year, fouled away. And that's the thing that's surprising. You look at this lineup for Arkansas, any Dave Van Horn team, you look at them and you expect things to go their way in terms of production in key spots.
Yeah, I mean, they've had 8 consecutive years of being 8-4 coming into this series.
And Adams gets Peck.
Just a solid job by Adams. Change up, a little bit of a cut down at the bottom of the zone, probably a slider, excuse me.
Nolan Souza will try to keep the inning going for Arkansas. Adams with 3 strikeouts in this contest. Souza swings at the first pitch. Easy play for Brennan Holt. And Alabama gets out of danger in the top of the second inning. They hold on to a 1-0 lead. It's time to look at today's extra effort brought to you by Regions Bank. Let's take you back to the first inning. Justin LeBron steals not 1 but 2 bags, which leads to the scoring for Alabama to take the 1-0 lead.
That's what I talked about, finding a way to contribute even though you're not hitting the way you want to be hitting. 27 stolen bases on the year, 27 out of 27. He's perfect. I mean, that run is singly attributed to him and his base stealing. It's Justin LeBron 1, Arkansas 0.
Yes, sir. Indeed, LeBron taking things on his own in the bottom of the first inning. John Lim, the senior from Australia. who has become a mainstay behind the plate for Alabama. He's ahead here, 3 balls and no strikes. Lem wasn't necessarily considered to be the main option heading into the season to start as catcher. Brady Neal was thought to be the everyday catcher heading into the season, but Lem has been able to produce when given opportunities. They have had to undergo some changes with the outfield, so they put Brady Neal out in right. Lem in the lineup as the catcher, and he has swung the bat well at times this season for Alabama. He's ahead here, 3-1. Hits this one sharply, though, but to Nolan Souza. Eric Hines, the freshman, a part of the offensive production last night for Alabama. And how about this shot to get Alabama on the board?
Comes into the game hitting .400, 3 home runs, 5 RBI. I mean, just immense power potential. Local kid right here from Tuscaloosa. That'll get you another start.
Yeah, yes. You clear the scoreboard with a home run, you may very well find yourself in the lineup the next day. He had 3 hits as a part of the effort last night. Swings through that offering, 0-2. He has not played a ton this season, but getting the opportunities now as a freshman as this season wears on. And he has responded to those opportunities. Gibbler's ahead here, 0-2, but that's a time and a clock violation that will mean it will be a 1-2 count.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking right at it, and I understand, okay, you're waiting on the sign to come in, you're waiting, but the number's right in front of your face.
And Hines strikes out. He went around for out number 2.
Well, you know what? If you're worried about giving up 0-2 hits, then just take the time called, throw change up, down and away, perfectly located, and get the check swing.
Gibbler trying to sit the Crimson Tide down in order here in the bottom of the 2nd inning as Chase Kroberger at the plate.
Kroberger, another surprise starter today. In Hines, I get. Kroberger, all right, you know what? This was a post-BP decision by Coach Vaughn.
He only has 1 hit this season in limited action.
It was a good hit.
Yes. That's the thing, you know, you get you take a look at the one, you say, hey, I'll take it.
All right. I mean, I only got 1 hit in the big leagues. It was a good hit. And that hit was a home run. Talking about Kroberger.
He's ahead here, 3-1. And Kroberger is able to get on via the walk.
A couple good takes. Gibbler, I mean, he's a strike thrower, low walks. It's just one of those where you got a little bit fine and then you got behind and you got a little bit too fine and ends up 2 out walks.
Luke Vaughn, the first baseman in with 2 down in the bottom of the 2nd and a 1-0 lead for Alabama. Kroberger back to the bag. If you're just joining us, Cole Gibler making his first collegiate start. Takes another toss over to first base. It'll be interesting to see how long Dave Van Horn goes with Gibler in this spot.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's going to be curious. He's thrown 4.4 2/3 innings so far this year, a couple weeks back against Florida. So the innings are there. Pitches, I think the high of the season's 86, and that was that same game against Florida, which 86 pitches, he's built up. I asked Dave Van Horn, he said he's built up, he's ready for the moment.
Fouled away. And for Gibler, a part of a changing pitching staff for this Arkansas team. They've moved some pieces around. Hunter Dietz becoming the Friday night starter. And he had an excellent performance last night.
Yeah, well, it's easy. Dietz has been just absolutely dominant, so he moves into the dude on Friday. And Coach Van Horn had talked about in our call that he needed to shake things up. You know, they weren't playing the way they needed to play. Some veterans were complacent with knowing they were going to walk in and be in the lineup. So shake things up on the field, shake things up in the rotation.
A check swing that is an easy play for TJ Pompey to close up the bottom of the second inning. A 1-0 lead still for the Crimson Tide as we go to the third. Alabama with a 1-0 lead over Arkansas in the top of the third inning. For Alabama, Zane Adams on the bump today. He has changed up things this year in terms of how he pitches, Greg.
Yeah, no, he's ticked up the slider. He tried to cut her a little bit last year, wasn't real effective. Moved it over to a little short, tight slider. And you're seeing that curveball. You're seeing a lot of changeups so far today, but that slider has been very effective. 47% miss rate versus left-handed hitters. Nice weapon to add.
He opens up the third against TJ Pompey with a breaking ball. Ahead 0-1. Pompey had a home run last night in the win for Arkansas. He's behind here, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That'd be a dangerous threat at the bottom of the order, 7 home runs.
Third on the team in that department as he takes this time to make the count level at 2-2. It'll flip to the top of the order for Rutenbar and Helfrich. After Pompey. Line out to left field, and this will be foul.
About a foot and a half?
About that, it looked like. Yeah, that was close.
Great camera work right there.
Close enough if you're Zane Adams.
Yeah, that was a changeup. That one is going to get my attention. I'm not throwing that changeup again unless I'm getting it located a lot better away from Pompey.
Into right field. And making the sliding catch is Brady Neal.
Yeah, that's just a great piece of hitting and a great play out in right field. I was trying to figure out where he's going to go next. He hammered my changeup down the left field line. Okay, they're going to throw a fastball in. Don't quite get it there. Pompey stays inside of it. Laser to right field, and that's my catcher.
Yeah.
Out in right field making that play.
Brady Neal has been one of the most improved players in the SEC this season. As Rudenbar swinging through the first offering. Talked about the defensive changes for Alabama a little bit ago that ended up with Neal being in right field. And that shows you the kind of development and maturity he has as a player, making the adjustment from being the catcher to going out to right field and having success with it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a mindset of going, okay, you know what? All I'm going to do is show scouts that I'm a good athlete and I can go out here and play multiple positions and I'm not stuck being behind the plate. He's having a little bit of fun with the crowd behind him because, you know, the follow through with the knee into the dirt and then the flip and everything else.
Hit sharply out to right field, and this is a fair ball. It'll be extra bases for Carter Rutenbar, and he will head to second base with a one-out double.
Neal is not getting to this one. This ball is blistered. Slider that did not slide. Stays middle of the plate down. Rutenbar gets down there, dives out, covers it. Stand-up double.
15 straight games now that Rutenbar has reached base for the Razorbacks. And this has been a point of concern for Dave Van Horn. They've been able to get guys on in scoring position, but they have not been able to cash in on opportunities. We'll see if Helfrich can deliver here.
Last night, 1 for 10?
Alabama 1 for 10.
Alabama was 1 for 10.
And then Arkansas 3 of 6 with runners in scoring position. So far today, Arkansas 0 for 2, including a strikeout with runners in scoring position. This one off the glove of Torres, and everybody's safe. Runners at the corners with one down.
Well, now it's 1 for 2. That's why they call it the hot corner. Torres, I mean, this ball is on him in a heartbeat. And he does a nice job of keeping it in the infield.
That will bring in Micah New. New, one of 3 batters to strike out today for Arkansas, but he's got a great opportunity with runners at first and third. And he's behind 0-1.
Found over my career that guys are ultra aggressive early in the count with runners in scoring position. You saw New right there swinging at first pitch. He's a lot better when he's ahead in the count, hitting 333. See if Adams can take advantage of that. Use that aggressiveness against them with a changeup, something off speed, get him to expand the zone.
Rudenbar over at third. Helfrich at first. Fouled away again.
And there's that slider that we talked about. Good pitch to run down and in, trying to run it down through the down and in swing zone of a right-handed hitter. Now Adams probably looking for a punch out here with runners on first and third. Where's he going to go?
Another throw to first. Helfrich not necessarily known as a stolen base merchant, just 5 stolen bags on the year. 0-2. Ground ball over to Torres, could be 2. There's 1, and the relay is not there, and it'll be a tie ball game. So Vaughn couldn't come up with the dig out of the dirt, and it's a tie game.
Adams goes back to that slider, does not get it down. Hard ground ball. And the throw from Holt just low in the dirt. I don't know if he would have got him anyway.
So Rudenbar in to score to even the game up at 1 apiece. Cam Kojal now in. Oh for 1 on the day. Arkansas has been a tough team to double up in SEC play. Heading into the weekend, they just had grounded into a double play once in SEC games, as Kojal missing the mark there on that swing. Breaking ball just missing. When we come back after the break, we will hear from the Friday night starter for Arkansas, Hunter Dietz. It'll be fun to chat with him after his performance last night. New over at first base with the 2-1 count on Kojal. Make it 2-2. One in for the Razorbacks. And New is in deep trouble. And he is thrown out at second base. So Adams able to cut down any further damage from the Razorbacks.
Well, you got to go first move, and nice job at first base to get the throw off quickly. Caught stealing, gets out of the inning.
Arkansas has tied this game up at 1 as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Derek Jones and Greg Olson joined by Hunter Dietz, and what a performance he had last night, going 6 innings for the Razorbacks to help keep the Alabama lineup at bay as his team was able to put some runs on the board in the 8th inning. When did you know you had your good stuff with you, Hunter?
I just felt like every inning got better. Throughout the game, there was some stuff that kind of left me, and I was able to get it back, whether it was mid-inning or the next inning. I just felt like I did a really good job of getting it back.
All right, you got to explain that to everybody. You had some stuff that disappeared, and then it came back. What stuff was that?
So I feel like there was a few innings where I didn't really have my cutter. I know early on I couldn't really land my curveball in there. And then there was an inning where I couldn't locate my fastball, and just being able to get that back is really important to me.
The mentality of being a Friday night starter, what does that mean to you?
It's just getting our team off to a good start, putting together a quality start for our guys, not, you know, getting deep into a game to set us up for the weekend.
I listened to your interview when after you pitched against Auburn, and you talked about really trying to find stuff in game. Correct?
What do you mean find stuff?
Like your curveball's not working.
Oh, yeah.
You stay with it, and you're able to be patient and find stuff. I just want to give you a tip of the cap, and you may want to talk about it, but a tip of the cap, because that is major league level mentality of going, okay, I can't just go, okay, my cutter's not working today, I'm just going to skip it. You know, and I really appreciate the fact that you're out there with a major league mentality of going, okay, I'm going to keep working to find it. How do you, can you explain to everybody how you work to find stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's every day in the middle of the week. Today is the only day I really take off throwing, but every day from now until my next start, I'll work on those cues that'll get me back to where I need to be. I'll work on those cues that'll, you know, getting me back to the cutter. Work on the cues that'll get me back to the curveball. Work on those cues that get me back to my fastball and changeup. And so it's really just working all day, or not all day, but every single time I throw all week, getting me ready for the weekend. And so when I'm on the mound, it's not hard for me to get back to where I need to be.
Hunter, give us a breakdown here out of your teammate Cole Gibler and what you're seeing from him in his first start.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I was really excited for him to get his first start. He's a great pitcher. He's got some of the nastiest stuff on our staff for sure, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. He's able to get out of any situation, which he's pretty much shown. And I mean, guy on first, we have no doubt he's gonna get out of this, put up a 0.
All right, both of you being lefties, is there any conversation today to, you know, give him some thoughts or ideas versus this Alabama hitting?
A little bit yesterday after the game, just kind of giving him tips on what I saw on the mound and what he can apply in game.
You've learned from one of the top pitching minds in all of college baseball, and Matt Hobbs. What's it been like working with him?
It's been awesome. I mean, last year was really big for me working with him. This year, just getting better every single week with him by my side, and it's been really good.
Hunter, we appreciate your time. Best of luck to you the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good luck.
See ya.
Hunter Dietz, one of the key cogs in this pitching staff now for Arkansas. And he's hoping his teammate Cole Gibler can keep this to a 1-all ball game in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
I mean, he is legitimately a Friday night ace. You know, really is. His stuff is that good. He is that electric. Tall, big, high release point, downward angle, power breaking balls. And when I complimented him, I was being dead serious. That's a major league mentality of going, okay, my cutter's not working right now. I got to fix it. I got to focus on it, and you got to figure it out. Because I can't just go, all right, it ain't working. It's like me on the golf course going, I'm playing a slice today. I'm playing a little cut. So that's what I got, and that's what I'm dealing with.
Kind of goes back to what we were saying a little bit with Justin LeBron, finding different ways to impact the game on the mound. the same thing, finding a different way. If you don't have your go-to stuff, finding a different way.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's just a major league mentality of going, all right, you know what, I'm 0 for 4, but I'm going to play great defense.
Brennan Holt takes off for second base, and he's able to steal the bag and end up in scoring position. 13th stolen base of the year for Brennan Holt.
Another good jump, and man, with a left-handed pitcher, you're going first move. You can't wait for them to come up with a leg kick and then decide if you're going to go once they break towards home. You got to go first move. So they're picking their timing very well.
Fowler hits this one into shallow right field. An easy play for Nolan Souza.
What I'm talking about is you got to go first move. So as soon as anything flinches as a base runner, you are going. You can't wait around for the leg kick to come up, and then you start to see it breaking towards home, and then you go. As soon as that leg comes up, you're going, and if he is going to pick off, then you're dead. You're out. And so that's the gamble versus left-handed pitchers. And so far, Alabama's been successful 2 out of 2 from first base to second base.
3 stolen bases overall for Alabama, and Justin LeBron fouls that one off. An aggressive approach there by LeBron.
So he's been seeing soft stuff, which you would expect. It's just a natural reaction of going, a guy's got 11 home runs, not throwing him a fastball. Here's soft, here's soft, here's soft. Well, now he has moved on to the soft velos, and it's taken him away from really getting good fastballs that he should hit. And he is kind of in between velocities right now. It's just another aspect of his struggles.
Number 3 on the MLB draft prospect board, according to Kylie McDaniel. And you can see there when you watch him play, he has the tools. Accounting for the only run today for Alabama, now 16 games in a row where he has reached base. He can untie this game with a swing of the bat. Yanks that one foul.
A little cutter, slider in, spoiled the pitch. But now I've kind of sped up his bat a little bit. Look for Gibler to go with a changeup, something soft, down, out of the zone, away.
Holt able to get back to the bag. And they, speaking of the Alabama offense, they have given Helfrich and Gibler a workout here, dancing around on the base paths, and of course including the stolen bases. LeBron hits this one into left field. It'll be a base hit. Holt makes the turn past third. He'll head in to give Alabama the 2-1 lead on the RBI single by Justin LeBron.
That got a smile on his face. This is a really good pitch. Breaking ball, back door. He gets out there. Is able to hook it up the middle. That is something that he has not been doing. He has not been using the whole field. He's been more pull. That's just a great piece of hitting. And as I talked about Arkansas, everybody's kind of waiting on them to wake up, and you just kind of hope it's next week. That's the same thing with Justin LeBron. Everybody goes, you know he's going to wake up. Maybe it'll just be next week.
Pitch 50 for Cole Gibler over to second base to throw. A little bit of an adventure from Souza to Peck, but it's able to cut down Brady Neal for the second out.
All right, I'm a little bit confused. If I could take LeBron off the bases, I don't want to give him at second base and put him in scoring position. I felt like Souza had just enough time to make that throw. It was a routine ground ball.
And now a conference at the mound. And how about the thought process here? Because it's already in their mind, you'd have to think. We already saw Justin LeBron steal third base earlier the last time he was in this spot. How about the thought now?
Well, I still think he had time. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I still think he had time. He had to be quick. He had to attack it a little bit. But back to your question, Derek, I think the conversation is, okay, how are we facing Torres with runner in scoring position? We got an open base. Who are you more comfortable with, Torres or Lem? And it becomes you know, what are your thoughts? And talking to Gibler about, you know, what he's seen already. He's had success with both of them so far this game.
LeBron stays put as Torres takes on the first pitch, 1-0.
And the other aspect is, hey, there's 2 outs. Get this guy out. If LeBron wants to steal third, let him have at it. Don't spend your attention and your focus on him at second base. I need you to focus on the runner, on the hitter.
LeBron takes off and he steals third without a throw, and there you go.
There you go. I mean, it really is. It's like if you get to second base with 2 outs and you want to dance around and you want to steal, then have at it. I got to get the guy out at home.
The 1-1 to Torres. Fouled away.
LeBron with 3 stolen bases already. We're in the 3rd inning.
Came into the game with 25 stolen bags on the year. Has added 3 to the ledger. Ground ball off of Gibler. He'll have to hustle to make the play, and he does. Nicely done by Cole Gibler to prevent the lead increasing to 2. We'll hear from Rob Vaughn in a moment.
Right now, but man, that athleticism still shows up.
Hang on.
2-1 lead for the Crimson Tide as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Derek Jones and Greg Olson joined right now by the head coach of Alabama, Rob Vaughn. And coach, what a response from Justin LeBron after last night. He has 3 stolen bases today, a major factor in this game.
Man, it's a game-changing player, man, and he'll be the first to tell you it's been a little bit of a tough go this last week or so for him. And man, the beauty of him, I think everybody looks at him and it's so easy to say, hey, he's in his draft year, he's in his head, man. It's the most unselfish kid I've ever coached, you know. And man, he was frustrated last night. He was hurting not because of himself. He was hurting because he felt like he let the boys down. And man, good things happen to people that attack the game like that. And he's a special human, a special kid, and golly, a heck of an athlete.
Yeah, you talked about it with me earlier. You were like, Arkansas is such a good team. You hope they don't wake up on your weekend.
Yeah.
I think the same thing's about LeBron.
No doubt, no doubt. It's the thing. Like we played pretty darn good baseball these last 3 or 4 weeks, and man, he hasn't been just a giant factor in the middle of it, and that's the beauty of this thing. And I think as a coach, when you start looking at it, you're like, man, that guy's getting ready to put us on his back and carry us to late June. He's about to make a dumb play on this one too. That was a little easier for him. But at some point, man, it's what it is. He's a special athlete, a special kid. You talk about the leadership he brings, man. Leadership is easy when you're hitting 380 and 20 homers and everything's going right. Leadership ain't easy when personally for yourself it's not going awesome for you. And that's the kind of kid he is, man. That leadership shows up not because of his individual success, but just the respect he has of his teammates with the way he goes about his business. And man, I'm fortunate to get to be around a kid like him every day.
Coach, we'll let you get back to it. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, boys. Roll Tide.
This one hit well out to left field, but able to track it and make the catch is Kroberger for out 2. Justin LeBron, as we talked about with Rob Vaughn, a major factor in this game, the RBI single, but also the 3 stolen bases. And how about the jump from last year to this year in terms of stolen bases?
Yeah.
11 ahead of where he was last year.
I mean, it's thoroughly impressive. And I mean, we talked about it, Coach talked about it, just a great player. The struggles are there, but the leadership still is a huge piece that you cannot teach, can't quantify. No, he's just a rock star.
No doubt about it. As LeBron and his team up 2-1 here as the conference taking place here before the at-bat with Kuhio Aloy. Aloy 1 for 1 on the day, singled back in the second.
Probably a conversation about approach, thought process. Had a nice AB in the second inning where he leaned out and hooked a slider into left field. And the conversation might be going, all right, you know, give up away. They're going to probably try to run one in on you to keep you honest. Look for that. Try to do some damage here with 2 outs, nobody on.
One.
He tried to do some damage.
He tried to hit that one well out of here on that swing. Instead, it's 1-2. Adams missing to make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's what I'm talking about. He was looking to do some serious damage.
2-2. In the dirt for a ball, 3-2. If you're a pitcher and you see that in your mind, I mean, you're trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Maybe over eagerness, perhaps.
Absolutely. And you saw Adams' next pitch was a changeup down and away. It's like, all right, if you want something, you want to go deep, how about this one?
Full count pitch. And Adams gets Aloy to finish up the top half of the 4th inning, a 9-pitch inning for Zane Adams. And the Crimson Tide, they lead it by 1.
Let me tell you a story about when a rolling tide clashed with baseball royalty.
Both games were just two heavyweights going at it.
An SEC storied film, Summer of '83, Wednesday at 8 p.m.
I cannot wait to see that. I mean, the star power, just in those pictures alone, unbelievable, of course, including Roger Clemens.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Omaha, so I had to go out and watch Alabama baseball because Dave Magadan was hitting 500 for Alabama. So it's like, who hits 500? I want to see the guy. So I'm sitting down the left field line in the bleachers. And you got Roger Clemens, Calvin Schiraldi. You got guys all over the field that end up in the major leagues. And it was just fun for me growing up in Omaha. I'd go to the College World Series. My dad would drop me off, stay there for a doubleheader. Somebody'd pick me up, come back home for the day.
And you're talking about some all-time legends in that '83 College World Series, including Barry Bonds.
ASU, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was just, had Greg Swindell at Texas come through there. You just going through all the guys.
2-2 to John Lim. Over to Souza. Makes the backhanded stab and the throw to first. Alabama is 26-9 so far this season, and their eyes are on much greater prizes throughout the course of the season. Their last regular season title in the SEC 2006. The last time they won the SEC tournament 2003, and the last College World Series appearance 1999. And in our discussion with Rob Vaughn, he mentioned that, trying to get this team back to that point.
Yeah, and he felt like last year they didn't win enough series, was what they were told for them to host. And so, you know, the numbers for hosting a regional and then getting to host a super regional and then moving on are so in your favor if you're at home, especially, you know, hometown crowd like you got here in Tuscaloosa. And so they felt like they didn't win enough series last year. And so it becomes a little bit of a focus. Try not to focus on it too much. You know, you want to stack the wins, but Rob Vaughn's got them definitely going in the right direction.
Oh, no question about it. 0-2 to Hines, and he strikes out. So Hines, who was 6 of his last 9, has a strikeout for the second time today. As we get a look at the Alabama SEC schedule coming up, it's any combination of this is difficult, but obviously for them even more so because they have a trip to Texas coming up next.
It's just a gauntlet that you run and you get.
Here's a bunt put down, and no play for Cole Gibbler as Chase Kroberger lays down a beautiful bunt. It's an infield single.
This is just a great bunt. I mean, the only guy that's got a chance is Gibbler. And he gets down there, bare hands, it comes up, and he has no chance. And look, I mean, look at Kroberger. He's got his head down. He's not looking at anything. Just like a sprinter that you'll watch, it's just head down. You're focused on just pounding the feet and getting there as fast as possible.
Luke Vaughn 0-1 after missing that first pitch. 0-1 on the day. As Kroberger takes the lead, heads back to the bag. How about Chase Kroberger? He has 2 hits now in the season, a bunt and a home run.
That's why you love baseball. I would expect for him to possibly be in motion here pretty soon. See if he can get his first stolen base.
He stays put.
Now keep an eye on it on 0-2. Your hitter's in a hole. You want to give him a chance maybe coming up next inning after seeing a couple pitches from Gibler. If you get thrown out, if not, you're in scoring position.
That pitch up the ladder, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Greg, you mentioned the run last season for Alabama and the thought that maybe they had a chance to host. This year, according to the D1 baseball projections for the field of 64, they would be a host, at least right now under the current projections. And you look at their RPI, it's 3rd in the nation.
Yeah.
It's only behind UCLA and Texas.
Well, I mean, that's putting the numbers together, and we've seen what RPI means to the guys that do the picking. And Alabama's in a great spot, but you're halfway through the SEC, so I haven't even started looking at projected, you know, regional, super regionals.
Full count to Luke Vaughn. If he reaches, Brennan Holt will step in to continue the inning. And now time called by Ryder Helfrich. He'll go out to the mound.
I was talking with Jason Jackson before the game as well, and we were just kind of running through that sequence of what we just talked about, winning series, winning games. And I was just kind of laughing because I was like, the mentality at the major league level is, I got 162 games. I don't care that we're playing the Rangers for 3 and that we win 2 out of 3. You just like, you just win games and you just do what you do. And you know, and then he got into the importance and what I just talked about of how they felt like it kept him out of the Super. But we also got into the biggest moments in games.
And there's a walk putting on Luke Vaughn.
That you look back on, and you can only look back because you don't know that when you're in it, it's a huge pitch. But that was a huge pitch for me. You know, you got a chance to get out of the inning if you're Gibler, and you got the 9-hole guy leading off next inning, and you really didn't throw a competitive pitch where you give Vaughn a chance to at least maybe swing at something out of the zone. This was just a non-competitive breaking ball at 57 feet. And so I was saying that's a big pitch in the game. If this guy ends up coming up and getting a base hit right here and, you know, opening up the lead, that was the pitch you look back on.
Absolutely, as Holt fouls away the first pitch. Holt has struggled over the last 7 games at the plate, but he has a chance to leave a footprint on this game. He drops it into center field for a base hit. This will score Kroberger. It is 3-1 Alabama.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Fastball that does not get quite away. Holt stays with it, hitting 154 on the season against lefties. And now I'm really going to look back at that 3-2 breaking ball to Vaughn. Well, that was a big spot. And we're starting to see some movement in the Arkansas bullpen.
Steele Eves getting loose for Arkansas.
Can you see that far?
I had a little help.
Okay. It's like there's somebody moving out that way in right field.
I definitely cannot see that far. The 0-1 evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike to Bryce Fowler. So Gibler got the first 2 outs of this inning, and then it has turned against him quickly. Pitch 75 on the way for Cole Gibler. In the air towards left field, towards Ruiz, who makes the catch. But Alabama brings in another run. They increase their lead to 2. It's 3-1 Crimson Tide. last night, Arkansas ended Alabama's 18-game home winning streak. And a big part of that, a 6-run, 8-inning, which included a 2-run error by Justin LeBron. TJ Pompey with a 2-run homer in the mix as well. Some big, timely hits for the Razorbacks, who picked up 5 hits in that 8th inning. That culminated with 6 runs. And really going against a lot of the season trends in SEC play for Arkansas.
Yeah, I really thought they might come out swinging it, you know, just because they got that momentum. Things were moving forward. They had a good midweek. And you're going, all right, maybe this offense and these bats are going to, you know, pick it up a notch. And so far today, it's been about Zane. Well,
Alexander Peck gave it a ride to right field, but Brady Neal able to make the catch.
It's been more about Zane Adams, honestly, keeping him off balance with that nice short slider, fastballs, changeups.
And it's been a rough go for the Razorbacks in SEC play. We talked about the bats, but the ERA as a team as well, approaching 6 in SEC play.
Yeah, there's just a couple things. Dave Van Horn, you're just going, no. And I mean, it really taking a different direction. The funny one for me is starters are 9-11. Relievers are 13-2. The math is not adding up. The starters aren't getting to where they need to get, and you got kind of like Hunter Dietz is 1-1 with his stuff, so he's not getting any help.
It's been that kind of year for the pitching staff for Arkansas. Dietz did not figure into the decision last night. He was out of the game by the time that big 6-run 8th inning happened. But his efforts certainly kept his team in it to make that push.
Well, that's what he's going to get used to as a Friday night starter, of going, it's going to be 1-1 by the time that you leave a lot of the times, and you're not going to get a chance to pick up the wins.
This one gets down the line in left field. It'll be extra bases for Nolan Souza. And Souza with a head-first slide. He's in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
This is just a great piece of hitting. See Zane Adams breaking out the curveball. We have not seen it yet. And this is a curveball up and in, and all Souza can do is stay inside of it and carve it down the left field line. His 11th double on the year.
4th hit of the day for Arkansas.
That's just one of those where if I'm on the mound and that happened, I'd be looking at the dugout going, why? Where's my third baseman?
And there's a swing and a miss from TJ Pompey. Pompey picked up his 7th home run of the year last night. 0 for 1 here on the day so far. Flew out to right. And is lone at bat. And that one hits Pompey. So it'll be runners at first and second base with 1 out.
Souza was on the move. Had a good pitch to run on. Breaking ball down. It's going to bring out Jason Jackson.
And that's an interesting turn of events there for Zane Adams. Not sure if they would have been able to get Souza there taking off for third base, but because it hit Pompey, they sent Souza back to second base. So instead of a runner at third base, it's runners at first and second base. And it now flips to the top of the order.
I think Souza had that one stolen easy. It looked like he had a great jump.
So we'll see how Pompey can move as he's at first base. And now it'll be Carter Rutenbar stepping in. That one just missing to Rutenbar.
See John Lim behind the plate, just that little double flinch of going, I thought that was going to be strike one. I wasn't ready for that to be called a ball.
1-0, fouled away. Adams trying to see his way through the 5th inning. Staked to a 2-run lead. And now 1-1.
Pretty interesting conversation, because I mean, you're going, all right, they're talking about how they're getting Rutenbar out, and then Helfrich coming up if the situation arises, probably walking him to get to New, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't have on the conversation going, okay, go into a full attack mode with fastballs against Rutenbar. And that's what Adams exactly has done. It's been 4 straight fastballs. After Rutenbar hit the double down the right field line on a slider down and away, he's like, all right, you know what, let's see what he does with a good 4-seam fastball.
Infield at double play depth. Hit towards the hole. It gets into center field for a base hit. Making the turn and heading to score is Souza. And it is a 3-2 ball game as Arkansas draws closer, courtesy of the RBI single from Carter Rutenbar.
This is a good pitch. I like the selection. I like the location. Fastball in. Rutenbar just is able to stay inside of it. And, I mean, it's a jam shot, but it's well located, finds its way up the middle. If that ball's at shortstop, it's probably a double play. And it's hard for me to go back and go, wow, you know what, bad pitch, stupid pitch, nothing like that. Just better piece of hitting.
And in steps the dangerous
double barrel action.
Ryder Helfrich.
Number 50, Connor Lehman, and number 28, Sam Mitchell are getting loose for Alabama.
Still 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
And the Crimson Tide bullpen.
And Alabama starting to stir in the bullpen.
Righty and lefty going. Mitchell and Lehman.
Runners take off, double steal, and it gets down the line, and this will allow the game to be tied off the score by Pompey. He's in, and we're tied up at 3.
Just a great jump. Helfrich does not move, so Lem has to try to get around him a little bit. The throw's way up the line. Torres has no chance at knocking it down.
That'll be an error also against John Lim. The appeal down to first, not in favor of Alabama. Still only 1 out. And Rutenbar at third base. Two and two. Adams deals, and that missing inside. Full count.
Wow. It's been fastball, curveballs all inning, and here comes a short, tight slider down and in. Looks just a little bit off the plate. Great take by Helfrich.
Pulled foul and out of play.
These are the spots right here that Arkansas has been unsuccessful in finding a way to get the runner in.
(3-2) hit towards center field. Fowler is there, but tagging and scoring is Rutenbar. And Arkansas takes the lead 4-3.
Really nice at bat by Helfrich. Takes that slider in that missed by a couple inches. And then good location on the fastball by Adams, but Helfrich leans out there and drives it out to center field for an easy sac fly.
Mike Anu behind 0-1, and Arkansas taking advantage of opportunities presented to them in this game. As New fouls away the next offering 0-2. The trouble started with the Souza double in the left field. He ended up scoring, but for Alabama, the stolen bases have been a part of the story. It's a part of the story now for Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, created a little bit of havoc. Runners on first and second, double steal. Ball gets thrown down the third base line.
This one hit well out towards left field, but an easy play for Kroberger. That finishes off the top of the fifth, but the Razorbacks answer with 3 to take the lead. Arkansas answers with 3 runs to take the lead, 4-3. Heading to the bottom of the 5th inning now. And Cole Gibler for Arkansas making his first collegiate start, Greg.
I mean, he's done a solid job. He's keeping them in the game. He's what we expected. He's throwing strikes. He's making the Alabama hitters work. That last one was a nice breaking ball that he had not used yet. It's been more fastball sliders. But he scattered the 4 hits, couple earned runs, more walks than normal. But here we are in the 5th inning, and he's got a lead.
LeBron grounds into the shift, 1 down.
And that right there has been Justin LeBron and the problems. First pitch fastball up and away. He tries to do something with it, tries to hook it, and just a routine ground ball to shortstop.
It'll be Brady Neal's turn at the plate. Oh for 1 with a walk. Gibler pulling up on the longest outing of his career. Even though this is his first collegiate start, he has shown the ability to give Arkansas some length out of the bullpen. He went 4 2/3 against Florida earlier this season. Into the 5th here.
I guess the 5th inning must be for curveballs. Because it's like we hadn't seen a curveball. I know both pitchers throw curveballs, but they have been fastball, slider, changeups all day today. And then all of a sudden, 5th inning comes around, and this talking about Zane Adams too. Curveball, curveball, curveball. And these are some nice hooks that they're just keeping back.
And that's fouled away. You talked about it earlier. Dave Van Horn mentioned they've been building up Cole Gibbler for this situation, giving him a start. Now in the game action, I mean, what do you think's going through his mind here as he gets later into the game?
I think right now he's just on his own. He is in uncharted territory. He's done his job. They got somebody warming up in case he gets in trouble, and they're just going, hey, you know what, go as hard as you can. We'll come get you when it's your time.
Eaves continues to get loose in the bullpen. Full count to Brady Neal. Hit out towards left center field. This has eyes for the gap. It's off the fence. And it's a double for Brady Neal.
Brady Neal and his evolution to what he is doing right now is this. His ability to hit the ball to all fields. I went through his home runs are left field to center field. He has no pull home runs. All his doubles and damage are all left center, just like this. If you're able to do that and stay outside of a fastball and drive it to left center as a left-handed hitter, you're going to be on time for breaking balls, and you're going to be a problem for pitchers.
The 10th double of the season for Brady Neal brings the end of the day for Cole Gibbler, a pitching change in Tuscaloosa.
All right, there are things in life that I have never seen in on a baseball field, and that doesn't happen very often. This was during warm-ups, last inning with Gibbler on the mound finishing his warm-ups. That was Helfrich throwing the ball down to third base. Now you might go, okay, what? Yeah, never happens. And now think about this game so far. We've had 2 balls by each catcher thrown down the left field line, scoring a run. So they don't get time in game to work on a throw down to third base. So let's do it during the warm-ups. Make a deal with the third baseman. Hey, be there. I'm just gonna make this throw real quick.
Now it'll be Steele Eaves into the game out of the bullpen. So instead of Cole Gibbler, it's the 15th appearance of the season for Eaves.
Yeah, Eaves 4-1 on the year, 3.42 ERA. One of their main guys, 23 innings, 19 hits. 216 batting average against.
And Greg, you talked about it earlier, that starting pitchers for Arkansas, a lot of times they have not figured into the decision. It's been the bullpen guys who have been involved in some of these outcomes for the Razorbacks.
Here's another one. He didn't get through 5 innings, so this one's going to be a bullpen decision.
Eaves against Jason Torres with Brady Neal at second base and 1 out.
So we got a little bit different stat coming out of the bullpen for Arkansas. The bullpen is giving up inherited runners at a 50% rate, which is not that good.
Popped in the air, but out of play and foul.
And then on the other side of it, the Arkansas bullpen's getting the first hitter out at 67%, which is really good. So you got a little bit of an issue here. Let's see what happens.
Neal dancing around at second, and there is a called third strike on Jason Torres for the second out of the inning.
Well, a little bit of a different look. Nice overhand curveball. Looks like a little bit of a knuckle curve, but paints the outside corner and locks up Torres. And there's your, now we're at 68%. Just giving up numbers.
John Lim will try to bring in Brady Neal. Looks at a strike on the first pitch, 0-1. Ground ball over to first. Easy play for Peck to close up the bottom of the 5th inning. Arkansas clinging to a 1-run lead.
Zane Adams comes out for his 6th inning, and he has been very effective. He had one little blip last inning where a couple pitches were awry, but 4 punch outs opened up the curveball last inning. Let's see how he rebounds to that 3-run inning that he just had last inning.
4, 5, and 6 for Arkansas against Zane Adams, who is closing in on 100 pitches in this outing.
It's just going to be the same thing as Gibler. It's going to be, you know, short leash from here on out. If you're getting guys out, you stay in the game.
Kojal swings at the first pitch, and that throw is wide from Brennan Holt, pulling Vaughn off the bag, and that'll be an E4 on Holt to start up the top of the 6th inning.
All right, fastball in. Kojal pulls it. You can see Holt gets back on his back foot, never really resets, and starts moving forward towards the throw, towards first base. Stays on the back foot. Ball sails on him. E4.
Damian Ruiz lays down the bunt. Adams takes a look at second, throws to first to Vaughn. 1 out.
Little bit of confusion right there. Zane Adams, I mean, the ball's bunted right back at you, and as a pitcher, the more advanced you get, you recognize how hard a ball is bunted, and you come up, and he was thinking second base. I thought he had a shot at the lead runner. Well, LeBron, nobody was there. And so thankfully he resets and's able to get the out at first base, goes down as a sac bunt. Here's what I'm talking about. Okay, hard bunt, you go as a pitcher going, okay, I'm going to lead out. Look at him, he's looking at second base, and LeBron's not quite there, and he's not comfortable making that throw, so he goes, I'm taking the out. That's a very veteran move.
Aloy in, and he's ahead here 2-0, and play like that, it's got to be a snap judgment.
Oh, and it's just that snap. You're going, okay, and you recognize it the more you do it in PFPs of going, okay, ball's bunted hard, I got a shot at the lead runner. And you come up and he makes a nice move and he gets his feet square and he's getting ready to fire a 90-mile-an-hour dime over to second base, and he doesn't feel like LeBron's moving that way, and he resets his feet and gets the out at first.
Hio Aloy ahead 3-0, and it's a 4-pitch walk to put runners on at first and second base for Alexander Peck.
First baseman, number 9, Alexander Peck.
Pitch 95 from Zane Adams coming up. He gets Peck there to get ahead 0-1.
I'm looking in the dugout waiting to see if they're going to go, and got a righty warming up for Alabama. You got righty up here now, lefty Souza, and then Pompey. And so I'm going, okay, if he gets through this at bat, you let him face Souza, and then you give your reliever a clean inning next inning, hypothetically, to face Pompey if this all works out clean for Alabama.
Hojel at second base, Aloy at first. 1-2.
When in doubt, when it's time to dance, Zane Adams going to that nasty changeup down and away. Got to protect it a little bit, show a fastball, then come back to it. Great pitch to get a double play ball on.
Inside and tight to Peck, who is one of the 4 strikeout victims in this game. Adams looking for his 5th strikeout of the day. This one hit out towards left field, back to the track. The catch is made by Kroberger. And everyone stays in place at first and second base. Now 2 down.
That was about the sequence I expected. You got the changeup to get to 1 and 2. You show the fastball up and in, and then you go back to the changeup. Adams just didn't locate it well enough to get that ground ball. That's the usual result on getting out front on a changeup.
Nolan Souza with 2 on and 2 outs. Arkansas up 1. And Souza swings through the first pitch.
Anybody else noticing that Torres is now back at close to normal third base after the double from Souza on a curveball that was just flared down the left field line?
Pitch 101 from Adams is a ball. Well, an experience like that will it will educate you on what to do the next time.
Just in case, we're going to keep the third baseman a little bit closer to have somebody on that side of the field.
Fouled away, and Adams is a strike away from getting out of the inning. 1-2. Little bit outside. Wow. Count even.
This is one of those where if you know as a pitcher that you got him, you got to throw it for a strike. You can't just show it. You know, because you're locking up the hitter. He's out.
2-2. LeBron makes the throw, and Alabama gets out of the inning without any damage being done by Arkansas. It's still a one-run game as we head to the bottom of the sixth. For Arkansas, heading to the bottom of the sixth inning, Cole Gibler making his first collegiate start, went 4 1/3, gave up 2 runs, earned, walked 4. Meanwhile, the Razorbacks able to scratch out 3 runs in the 5th inning to take the lead. Big day for Justin LeBron on the base paths, 3 stolen bases, also an RBI single as well. Derek Jones and Greg Olson with you from Sewell Thomas Stadium in game 2 of a 3-game set. Eric Hines will start up the bottom of the 6th for Alabama. He struggled at the plate today with a couple of strikeouts.
Just little cut fastballs, and you know what? It's going to be an adjustment for Hines. You got the power. You're not going to see a lot of fastballs, and if you're going to go swinging at off-speed stuff, you're going to continue to get it. So the first 2 pitches are cutters away. He's able to. He's coming off of it a little bit, thinking he's getting a fastball, trying to do some damage.
He lays off of that one, 1-2.
And it's just a constant adjustment for your rest of your life in baseball. Of okay, this is what they're doing to me. This is what I have to do now.
And it's a 3rd strikeout of the day for Eric Hines.
The cut fastball is about 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour off. It breaks 4 to 5 inches, comes out of the hand looking like a fastball, and you see the swing. Hines isn't picking it up, and it's all Eves is throwing to him, going, all right, you know what? As soon as you hit it, I'll stop throwing it.
Justin Osterhaus is now in to pinch hit for Chase Kroberger. Osterhaus has played a lot this season out in left field. So the junior will pinch hit, and he swings at the first pitch, puts it in the right field, and he has a pinch hit single.
That's a man that went up there with a plan. Hunting fastball, got one, drove it right back up the box.
That'll set it up for Luke Vaughn, who is looking for his first hit of the day. Walked in his last plate appearance. Another inning of work for Eaves. As he takes a glance over to first. Over to Pompey. And the scoop is unsuccessful from Peck. It was a good play by Pompey, but he was a little bit off balance, and Peck couldn't dig it out.
Well, this is the world we're living in, where everybody's making these throws on the run, and they're so good at it. Well, every once in a while, a low throw doesn't get picked out of the dirt. Did they get that in error?
Not yet.
See, they usually give that a hit. It's because he made the play very difficult by the running throw.
Correction, Reese Robinette is in the game over at first base. It is going to be counted as an error officially now against TJ Pompey.
Yeah, you just don't see that often getting called an error, especially with your home team hitting and your home official scorer calling.
Holt takes 2-1.
A chance. This is the difference in the SEC season right here. Just the little things where you take advantage of an error, you take advantage of a hit by pitch.
And time is called here by Ryder Helfrich. Something went wrong.
Technical issues.
As he quickly started pointing at his ear. And the communication to Helfrich has gone awry.
I mean, if it doesn't work, you know that nobody's talking to you. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I've never had it on. I got enough voices in my head, it would drive me nuts. But is it when, like, nobody's talking anymore, or does it stop mid-sentence so you know it's broken? I'm not quite sure. You know, when the Helfrich was panicking right there because he was getting up against the pitch clock.
Right, and I'm sure you're spot on with the timing reference. That's, I'm sure, a part of it. Perhaps waiting for something that never arrived.
Yeah. And then it gets down to 5 count, and you're going, I'm not getting anything anymore.
2-1 to Holt. Make that 2-2.
If you're Eaves right here, you got to find a way to pick up your teammate. You had a chance to have 2 outs, runner on second base. Now you got to find a way to go, okay, I got to get 2 more outs here. I got to keep that tying run from scoring.
Popped in the air and into the stands.
And dropped.
That's always a tough look when you cannot come up with a foul ball.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, they're not used to the balls actually breaking back towards the pitching mound, so they think it's over their head, then all of a sudden it's dropping right on top of them.
And this one gets away from Helfrich. The runners will advance to second and third base. So 2 in scoring position for Alabama.
Should go down as a wild pitch. It was close. Helfrich would tell you that he would should pick that ball. Cut her down in the dirt.
Full count pitch to Holt. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Alabama.
Alabama's 9-hole hitter. 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a stolen base. That is leading up to Fowler and LeBron coming up, and Neal.
And Holt is one of those troublemakers. When he gets on the bases,
yeah,
you got to keep an eye on him.
Well, he ain't going anywhere right now. He's kind of stacked up and jacked up here, and the bases loaded. But he has now made things a lot more difficult for this Arkansas pitching staff.
But what an opportunity it creates for the top of the order. Bryce Fowler heads to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. And Fowler, dangerous with runners in scoring position this season, hitting .432. So Holt at first base, Vaughn at second, Osterhaus at third. And that first pitch wide, 1-0. Fowler has really been on the mark in his last 20 games, hitting .386 during that span. 4 of 8 this season, by the way, with the bases loaded as he fouls that pitch away. One. Out towards left field to Ruiz. Tagging is Osterhaus, and this game is tied.
Put a good swing on it.
And now Justin LeBron. LeBron had an RBI single back in the third. He'll try to break the tie. He lays off the first pitch this time. 1-0. Two on, 2 out. LeBron fouls this one away.
Seeing Eaves use his curveballs often as he normally does against right-handed hitters. Today it's been more fastball cutters.
Fouled away again.
Starting to see LeBron getting out there and covering some stuff on the outside part of the plate.
Last 2 have been pushed out towards right field. Now the 1-2.
He's looking locked in right here.
Big opportunity with 2 outs, 2 on. In a tie game. And LeBron strikes out. So Eaves eludes further damage in the inning. A strikeout of LeBron. Back in the 5th inning, Alabama led the game 3-1, but Arkansas pushed across 3, including a Carter Rutenbar RBI single. And then the movement from the Arkansas offense on the base pass. Pompey scoring as well, a part of the 3-run 5th. Since then, Alabama scoring a run in the bottom of the 6th. Tie game at 4, heading in to the top of the 7th inning, and another new pitcher in this game. This time for the Crimson Tide, it's Sam Mitchell, Greg.
Yeah, the sophomore righty. Fastball's 90-92, cutter 80-85, slider, and a changeup. But he is on his 4th appearance in SEC, 12th appearance overall, 4.58 ERA, 17 innings.
Sitting on top of the 7th, third baseman, number 5, TJ Pompey.
So it'll be a bullpen game the rest of the way for both sides now. As TJ Pompey will start things up here in the top of the 7th inning for Arkansas in a tie game. A breaking ball roped out to left field, and it's off the glove of Osterhaus. Heading into second base with a double is TJ Pompey.
This ball's just blistered out there, and you see that right there, that step, that little stutter step running backwards is what got Osterhaus in trouble. Okay, you'd like to see him look like a cornerback or a safety where he drops steps and turns and runs. He backpedals, doesn't get enough depth on it, and then has to make a stabbing leap at it.
Carter Rutenbar with the infield in at the corners. A couple of hits for Rutenbar, including a double. Has scored twice.
Dave Van Horn's only got 3 sacrifice bunts on the year, so if you got the corners drawn in thinking he's going to sack bunt, he has not done it much this year.
Chopper. And an easy play off the toss over to first base. So LeBron able to get the first out of the inning, but that does move Pompey over to third base. So mission accomplished for Arkansas.
Well, that's the trust I think Dave Van Horn has in Rutenbar, is that he goes up there going, I'm not going to have you bunt. I need you to hook something to the right side. And you could see he tried to hook that fastball up and away and got the job done.
This one scooting away from Lim. But he's able to retrieve it before Pompey can make any significant movement from third base. The infield in for Alabama. One and one. Mitchell delivers the hook on the second offering to Helfrich. Good block by Lim. 2-1.
That one might got him on the right hand. Being a former breaking ball guy, man, with the runner on third base, and that's my out pitch. You have to trust your catcher to be a wall back there. And Lim does a nice job of getting out in front of that breaking ball in the dirt. I'd probably see if he wanted to maybe throw a baseball. That was a changeup, actually. You could see Mitchell really get on the inside of it and screwball it over. I would ask him to throw the baseball one time back to me. I'm just saying, because he just got hit on the hand. Things are numb, things hurt. I'd hate for this next throw back to the pitcher to get launched.
Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tie game at 4. Top of the 7th inning. Alabama trying to even up this series with a win today. And Helfrich able to stay alive, fouling that pitch off.
It's just a nasty changeup from Mitchell.
A little bit off. Count full.
Goes back to the slider. How much did this miss by? It's 4 or 5 inches.
The 3-2 hit over to LeBron. He blocks it. The run will score. LeBron recovers to make the throw to get Helfrich, but Arkansas regains the lead, and Justin LeBron is shaken up. LeBron was playing in, and that ball was hit sharply by Helfrich. And it caught a piece of LeBron. He was able to recover to at least make the throw.
Looked like he bodied it up. So I'm wondering if something got him in the stomach area. Then he went down quickly. Stomach area.
That's a good description.
Thanks.
You will go down in pain if you get hit in that region, the stomach region. Arkansas able to gain the lead after that play. 5-4 now. Mike Anu, who has a hit on the day. Hits this one over to third. Backhanded stab made by Torres. Good throw to Vaughn at first. But Arkansas regains the lead, 5-4, heading to the bottom of the 7th. Thank you, Dari. A 5-4 game here between Arkansas and Alabama. Arkansas pushing a run in the 7th. And now it will be Colin Fisher on the mound for the Razorbacks.
Fastball's 90-92, cutter, curveball, changeup. His first appearance. That was not a start. 2-4 on the year, 9 appearances, 8 of them starts. Little shakeup.
Well,
We got to shake things up.
Dave Van Horn is not afraid to do just that, and heading into the series, there was some question as to who would pitch on Sunday. So you wonder what will happen moving forward after today. It was the old TBD heading into the start of the series.
Yeah, well, Dave Van Horn's been around long enough knowing, hey, you know what? We got a 5-4 lead. We got a chance to win game 2. We're going to win game 2. I'll deal with tomorrow and coach tomorrow.
And Brady Neal able to draw the walk here. And that's one thing you don't want to do. Fresh out of the bullpen, and that started off with a leadoff walk.
I want the analytics on leadoff walks over the history of baseball. My theory was like 71% of them scored because it seemed like 100% of mine always scored.
Here's Jason Torres. He's had a tough day at the plate. 0-1.
Dave Van Horn gave Fisher a clean inning. So as a starter, you're going out there, you really never get used to walking into an inning with traffic all over the bases. So gives him a clean start. Fisher probably did not find himself on the mound like he normally would. Nice pickoff move.
Neal almost got caught there.
This is a really nice look. He is pushing, and I'm talking about Fisher, is pushing the 45-degree angle down the mound. That one was close.
Ground ball could be a double play. There's one and there's two. So once again, Torres grounding into a double play.
That was the experience of Fisher right here. Now watch this. He doesn't do the leg kick, so he gives a great move to almost get Neal, and then that next pitch, he goes slide step, and all of a sudden the ball is on top of Torres. Torres leans out there, hits a routine ground ball.
Robinette holds off Fisher, takes it himself, and that caps the bottom of the 7th inning. It started with a leadoff walk, but Arkansas leaves it up 1. have a captive audience here at Sewell Thomas Stadium. 5-4 ball game. Both teams struggling with runners on, but it's Arkansas with a 1-run lead. If Arkansas is able to win, it would mark their first series win in Tuscaloosa since 2019. If Alabama is able to march forward, the 9th win in their last 11 SEC games. And talking to Rob Vaughn, I mean, he has a really good sense of where his team's at. He knows that this is a team that it doesn't have a large room for error in the course of a game. They have to play a pretty tight, effective game to win games.
Yeah, and he knows it. He said that his team's got just an unbelievable belief in themselves, which has been fun for him to watch. And right now it comes down to it where Sam Mitchell's got to keep Arkansas with a 0 right here. Give your offense a chance to come up and do some damage and get things rolling, but the confidence of Alabama is in full display. You just got to throw up a 0 right here if you're Sam Mitchell. That's every weekend, though, man. It's just, it comes down to who plays a clean game, who doesn't, who gets a great outing on the mound.
2-2 pitch inside and tight to Cam Koziol. Three-two as Koziol hits this one well out to left field. It's off the wall. Koziol digging for second base. Can he get there? He cannot. He is out off the tag by Holt. What a play from Osterhaus, making the throw to Holt.
Arkansas is challenging the call at second base.
Koziol blisters this ball. It's sinker down and away, but he put his head down and he's just running. He's not seeing that this ball was picked up clean. And Osterhaus throws a laser. Did he get in there?
It looks like from that angle, Koziol is safe.
I thought on my first initial look was that he was trying to do a little swim move of give the right arm and then put the left one in there. I think he got tagged on the chest. Everybody thinks they're right.
Yes, no doubt about that. Is the interesting part of that play.
They're standing next talking to each other. I'm right. No, you were out. I tagged you right here. No, you did not.
It looked like Koziol got the arm in before the tag came, but did he come off the bag? That's the other part to that as well. But Holt seemed to think Koziol was out. Koziol seems to think he was safe.
And that man knows it's a big play in this game right now. Leadoff runner at second base.
Now
that doesn't look.
That paints a different story with that first look, right?
I didn't have the left arm coming off. That arm safe.
Right there, it looks like that arm gets in before the tag, but we'll see what Birmingham comes up with on the look. Kevin Sweeney, the crew chief, will administer the call here in a moment.
I'm going to need to see more before I call him out. He's out on the field. So the swim move with the left arm shows me that he's safe. Now, if this left arm comes off and Holt keeps the glove to the chest, that's the question.
After replay, the call on the field is safe. Arkansas still has 2 challenges remaining.
So Cam Kozel and the Razorbacks win the challenge, 2 challenges remaining. And Dave Van Horn's team with a runner in scoring position.
This is a great slide by Kozel. Gets that left hand in.
Infield in at the corner. Ruiz showing bunt. Ball 1.
Talked about it. I mean, Ruiz is a .330 hitter. Arkansas has 3 sacrifice bunts on the year.
Tries to put down a bunt here, but fouled it away.
So what you want to try to do is bunt the ball down the third base line, get Torres to engage, and then make the throw across the diamond. You don't want to bunt a push bunt to first base, where Vaughn has a chance to come in and get it, and you want to keep it away from the pitcher. You want to get that guy to third base.
There is some displeasure with home plate umpire Kevin Sweeney right now, as he gets resettled back behind home plate.
He didn't show bunt on that one.
2-1. Hit out towards left center field. It gets down for a base hit. Rounding third and heading in is Kozel, and it is 6-4 Razorbacks. It's an RBI single for Damian Ruiz.
That's a tough one, man. You got Ruiz up there hitting .330 on the year. The only way to get big innings is not to sacrifice bunt. Two-seam fastball down. I mean, I'm up there going, you know, he didn't pull the bat back. He didn't even offer to bunt. So I'm sitting there going, okay, he's not bunting. He showed it once, gave him a shot at it, swing away.
Kahio Aloy in with an 0-1 count. Now 0-2. Well, one thing is for sure with how this series has evolved so far, Arkansas performing much better with runners in scoring position through the first game plus of this series.
You know, I mean, all I can do is come back to Dave Van Horn saying I had to shake things up. Guys were getting comfortable. Veterans coming to the ballpark knowing that they're in the lineup, and then all of a sudden it's like they're not in the lineup and you're moved down spots. Don't take this game for granted, and don't come to the ballpark assuming you're going to play. And so all of a sudden it might have just sparked a little bit of a fire where if at the end of this thing Arkansas is in it and here they go on another trip to Omaha, where that little Dave Van Horn shakeup.
Another toss over to Ruiz.
I think Ruiz is about as extended on a lead as you're going to possibly get. Mitchell is bang. These are bang bang. I wouldn't try to get another half step if I'm Ruiz.
Breaking ball pulled foul. Of course, we're getting closer and closer to the SEC tournament, so the postseason is on the horizon as this next pitch misses 1-2. So we're getting to the point where it's becoming money time for these teams in the SEC to figure out their identity if they haven't already.
I mean, I just think the great thing about this the SEC and all that it is.
Ground ball sneaks by LeBron into center field. 3 straight hits now in the inning for Arkansas.
Just a 2-seam fastball down. Now Lloyd drives it back up the middle. But what I was about to say was these guys get a really good feel of the competition, of how important the at-bats are in the 4th inning, the 3rd inning, to, you know, have a 9-pitch at bat, and all of a sudden the starting pitcher's out an inning early and you get to the bullpen, and little things that end up resulting in wins are the difference between 16 and 14 and 13 and 17.
Luke Smyers was getting loose in the bullpen, and now he will make his way into the game. That'll be it for Sam Mitchell. His day is done. The Razorbacks out in front by 2. Top of the 8th inning. It is a 6-4 lead for Arkansas over Alabama. The Crimson Tide trying to get out of a jam, and it's been a jam created by 3 straight hits in this inning, Greg.
Yep, leadoff double. Nice piece of hitting by Ruiz. Plates him. And then another single by Aloy. And that gets Mitchell out of the game and brings us to the new pitcher.
And for Arkansas, it's been a reversal of fortune in key moments in this series. And Luke Smyers, the freshman, will try to slow down the Razorback momentum.
Fastball's 90-93, slider, changeup comes in to face the left-handed hitting Robinette. On the year, this is his 11th appearance, 13 innings, 2.77 ERA, 16 punch-outs. Comes into a big moment right here.
He last appeared back on April 3rd against Oklahoma in a 4-2 loss. Win an inning in that game. And this Alabama team will need some outs quickly to keep this to a 2-run deficit. It'll be Reese Robinette in, showing bunt. Strike 1. Robinette bunts this one foul, so he's behind 0-2. Robinette came in to replace Alexander Peck. And this is his first turn at the plate in this game.
This doesn't look very comfortable up there bunting, and you got to really get your nose in there. See if they let him swing away or try to bunt again.
Smyers, and the bunt laid down by Robinette. It's a good one. And Robinette beats it down the line. The bases are now loaded with nobody out here in the 8th.
talked about the little things. And Smyers, being a left-handed pitcher, is going to fall off to the third base side. So this is not his ball. This is Luke Vaughn's ball. Luke's a little bit uncertain. We're going to have an offensive timeout right now. But Luke Vaughn's a little bit uncertain, and Brennan Holt's a little bit late getting over. And the ball just does not come out clean out of Vaughn's hand. So he's a little bit late getting there. A little bit of a fumble getting the ball, goes underhand. Excuse me, Brennan Holt was on time getting there. It just, ball did not come out of the glove of Luke Vaughn. And these are the aspects right here that SEC head coaches just drive them nuts. I mean, the hours and hours they spend on bunt defenses, and then to lose an out, leave an out on the field.
It's not an error, but it's a lapse defensively.
It's a should have been out.
And it loads the bases with nobody out for Nolan Souza. So 4 straight hits.
How about the 0-2 bunt?
That's a gamble into itself, of course.
It is.
And you had just said moments ago, and you're right, Reese Robinette did not look all that comfortable bunting.
No, he did not.
And then he goes ahead and bunts with 2 strikes.
Well, Van Horn's like, all right, you know what? If you're not going to do the job on the first 2, you're going to stay up there and either, foul it off and get a strikeout.
Souza hits this one well to center field. Fowler is there, but tagging and scoring is Ruiz. Everybody moves up a base for the Razorbacks. The lead increases to 7-4.
Well, we got another mental lapse by Alabama. Deep fly ball to center field. I am not quite sure why both middle infielders went out for the cut, leaving second base wide open. And Robinette ends up tagging from first base, which is a no, never, ever happens. So watch this. He throws it in. Both middle infielders, I don't know why you're in a double cut. Somebody's got to stay home in the middle infield.
And the little things just mounting up here against Alabama in this inning.
Well, Smyers has got to get there, but it's not something that's ever usually a norm where you recognize that the base has been completely left. But back-to-back plays right now where the Alabama defense has been a letdown.
Austin Morris was warming up in the bullpen for the Crimson Tide. And it looks like we'll have another pitching change coming up as Alabama shakes it up again. Arkansas leading 7-4. Arkansas leads Alabama 7-4 in the 8th inning. Another pitching change for the Crimson Tide. The second pitching change for Alabama in this inning. Derek Jones and Greg Olson with you as Austin Morris, The right-handed pitcher steps in to try to slow down Arkansas, who has found the rhythm offensively in the top of the 8th.
Austin Morse coming in, right-hander, fastball's 91 to 94. Slider 80-83, changeup, needs to keep the ball down. He's got really good command and a killer mentality. But this has fallen back to that 8th inning like last night, Derek. Couple of errors. Well, these aren't going down as errors. They're going down as mental lapses, and I can guarantee you Rob Vaughn has something on his notebook of, okay, we got to fix that, we got to fix that, that can't happen.
No doubt, the defense has been a problem at times this season for Alabama.
Well, right now you have 2 outs.
Right.
If you field the bunt, you got runners on second, third. That's first out. Then the sac fly is second out. You got a runner on third base, and there's only 1 run in. And you're going, okay, it's manageable. Now you got runners on second and third. You got your infield in. This game's got a chance to get blown wide open because you don't field that bunt and because then you don't cover second base.
Alabama entered with the 2nd lowest fielding percentage in the SEC heading into play today, as the defense has betrayed them, not necessarily in errors, but as Greg pointed out, in mistakes in terms of decisions. Poppy smokes this one to left field. That is gone. TJ Pompey with a 3-run blast, and this game has been blown wide open by the Razorbacks.
He went up there hunting something. Looked like a changeup. And just like last night, 8th inning, finishes off the damage, and it is a hanging changeup. We talked about him earlier. That's a lot of pop in the bottom of the lineup.
The 2nd straight game in this series where TJ Pompey has homered.
He's had good at bats the whole night. Lined out in the 3rd inning. Got hit by pitch to clog the bases up in the 5th. Double last inning to lead things off. And then that bomb. He was sitting soft because that changeup wasn't too bad.
Not bad for the 9-hole hitter. So between the game today and last night, Arkansas has scored 11 runs in the 8th inning.
Well, it's not like you could do anything to defend it. You can't sit there as a team and go, okay, they're really good in the 8th inning, you know, for the last couple of nights. We need to do better. But it's just been a piece by piece of everything falling apart for Alabama.
Rudenbar strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring in Ryder Helfrich. Again, this inning started with a Cam Koziel double. And remember, that was the challenge play where originally he was called out. The call got reversed. And the inning spiraled out of control thereafter.
Double, single, single, single. Sacrifice fly. Home run. That'll put a game away.
Yes. Especially at this point of the contest. A 6-run lead now for Arkansas.
Look for Helfrich to try to do some damage right here. Hitting 300 when he's ahead in the count.
Three 3-1, and that one is just foul.
You ever notice the umpires never go into fair territory when the ball's hit right at them?
They're running towards that open real estate.
Joe Harris at third base is just getting out of the road.
Helfrich strikes out to finally end the 8th for Arkansas. 5 runs, including the TJ Pompey long distance dedication. What an incredible series that is, because that has been a long time coming for Texas A&M fans to get Texas in their building, with Jim Schlossnagle returning. Now Texas A&M and Texas locked up in a tie for second place at 9-5. Alabama trying to join that group with a win, but they've got some work to do, down 10-4. Eric Hines has struck out 3 times today, and the freshman trying to regain some confidence.
Sure, if Ryder Helfrich just walked off the field, if he's got technology issues, if his glove broke, he just got up and walked off.
He had the technology issue earlier.
Might need a drink, something taped. Looks like you got to be. You're not normal if you're a catcher. I mean, so he might have just said, you know what, I need my wrist taped up a little bit better. Who knows? I mean, I love catchers, I love them to death, but he was taping up a finger.
He's ready to roll. The 2-0 into left field. That drops for a hit. Hines on base for the first time today.
Well, Fisher finally, Hines finally got a fastball. Fisher's going, I got a 6-run lead. Let's see what you got, big boy. Hines puts a good swing on it and spins it to left field. Things are getting started for Bama.
Justin Osterhaus will attempt to keep it going. There's a strike. 0-1. The lefty Colin Fisher just missing with the bender. Off the mark, 2-1. And this eerily similar to what happened last night. Alabama led 3-1 last night. And then the six runs in the 8th inning took place. Today, they were up 3-1. And while the explosion was a little bit more spread out, they allowed 5 runs in the 8th. Hence the 10-4 lead for Arkansas.
Fisher's thrown a couple good pitches this inning. He hasn't gotten the calls. 3-2 count. Looking for a guy to get some outs right here. Alabama down to their last 6 outs. You just don't want to give them a glimmer of hope. You know, you don't want to get a couple guys on where somebody's got a chance to run into one and then all of a sudden it becomes a 3-run lead and now the 9th inning becomes interesting.
Chopper right back to Fisher. Makes a throw to Robinette at first. Hines moves down the way to second base into scoring position with 1 out.
Really nice play by Fisher. I mean, this is a routine chop, yes, but he doesn't even think about looking at second base. He knows that it's going to be close enough at first base that he just goes, I'm taking the out, little routine chopper back to him, but he's going, I got no chance of getting second base and I might lose first base if I come up looking at second.
Action in the bullpen for Arkansas. Parker Coyle, who appeared in the game last night to close things down for the Razorbacks, getting loose.
I'm sure Dave Van Horn would love for Colin Fisher to finish this thing off and keep his bullpen intact for tomorrow night. Would be a perfect scenario, but he's got a couple guys up just in case. He's thinking the same way I am, was where you don't want to make this thing interesting.
That drops into left field for a base hit. Hines stays put at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out. It's a single for Luke Vaughn.
Fisher in a little bit too much of a protective mode where he's behind in the count and he doesn't want to walk anybody, so he's throwing fastballs that are catching a lot of plate. These are still SEC hitters, so both Hines and Vaughn get fastballs, predictable counts, and lace them to left field.
So Hines at third base, Vaughn at first for Brennan Holt. Strike 1. Holt has reached base all 3 times in this game, including scoring a run back in the 3rd.
This has got a chance to get interesting if Holt gets on.
Absolutely.
And I don't say that very often with 6-run deficits.
Off off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alabama has scored in each of the innings that Holt got on. So in the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th. Takes again.
The pitch before that, if we had ABS, the ABS system where it was 3D, there's no way you're telling me that that slider from that arm angle where it landed did not pass through any part of home plate.
Ball 3. So Holt has rallied back to make it a full count. Over to second base. Could be 2. It is not. Holt is able to beat the throw to first base. A run is in. It's a 10-5 ball game as Hines brings across run 5 for the Crimson Tide.
Fisher attacks his zone, fastball down, gets a ground ball. Holt is too fast. His 2nd RBI on the night. On that ground out, Arkansas will gladly trade a run for an out.
2 down for Bryce Fowler. He swings at the first pitch. Over to Souza. Fisher closes down Alabama in the 8th. For the 2nd straight game, the 8th inning, a decisive part of the Arkansas offense. They open the inning up with 4 straight hits, including a bunt laid down by Reese Robinette, and then the big blow, a 3-run homer by TJ Pompey. And how about this? Over Friday and today in the 8th inning, 10 hits, 11 runs. The rest of the series, 10 hits, 6 runs.
There's just no explanation. It's just baseball.
You said it earlier. There's no game plan for that.
Yeah, no, okay, they're really good in the 8th inning, guys. Let's really focus. Yeah, that ain't it.
One and one to Micah New. New looking for his first hit of the game. 2-1. Austin Morris back in. Oh, and that gets a part of Micah New, and he will head to first base.
Morris got ahead and tries to run a fastball inside. Just a little too much arm side run.
Cam Kojal steps to the plate with New on. And if Arkansas can hold on here, it would give them not only a series win, but one on the road, and it is not easy to win in the SEC on the road by any stretch. Tough play for Holt, and Kojal is out at first base. He believes he's safe, and he wants this to be challenged.
Arkansas is challenging the call at first base.
Well, if Micah New doesn't run, this ball goes up the middle. So the middle infield converges on the stolen base. Great play by Holt. I don't know.
Very close. One more look.
I got him as out. Kojal's 1 for 2.
That foot. I think you're right, partner.
It was close. It was, I mean, you know, if we get Hawkeye to break it down, hold on.
After replay, the call on the field is out. Arkansas still has one challenge remaining.
So indeed, Cam Kojal is out, but New able to advance to second base on the play. So that means one down, a challenge lost for Arkansas.
Now, if we ever get to the point where Hawkeye can break it down to where you can see exactly where the spike is on the base, then we're going to have a whole new game. Whole new.
I think we'll get there at one point.
See where the spike is?
What?
He's got one piece of a spike on there. Now let's go to a different angle and, yep, sync him up.
Damian Ruiz takes low and away for a ball, 2-0. Of course, the ABS system making a lot of news on the major league side. It'll be interesting to see how that is received in the long term in Major League Baseball.
Well, they did it in 2D. And so, I mean, it needs to be in 3D because it's wherever it crosses home plate, but they're afraid of all the big sliders that go sweeping out and look like they missed by a foot. But Randy Johnson coming from a low sidearm and throws a 4-foot breaking slider, at some point it's going to cross home plate. But in the 2D that they have it now, it doesn't show it doing that. But if it was actually a 3D, at some point it catches that front corner, but it looks like it misses by 2 feet, and they don't want it to be embarrassing, is all it is.
The 2-0 on the way to Ruiz. That's a strike. Would you like to see that system in the college game?
I don't know. I mean, you know what? They're doing it so well that it's so quick, it's so efficient that it's not really a problem. It's just you get 2 misses.
New takes off and he steals third base without a throw.
Stolen base.
How about this running game today of Arkansas? It has been timely and effective.
Well, that'll bring the Alabama infield in. Mitchell was not, Austin Morris wasn't paying enough attention to Micah New, and he took off and got a good lead, got a good jump.
(3-2) to Ruiz. And there is a 1-out walk from Morris. Hio Aloy will have a chance now with runners at first and third.
Hit the ball hard a couple times today.
Ruiz takes off for second base as that ball was in the dirt for John Lim.
Lim got another one on the right hand.
He is shaking that loose, trying to find the feeling. And really, since Zane Adams left this game, it's just been seemingly constant pressure from this Arkansas offense against Alabama's bullpen.
You're absolutely right. Adams, 6 innings. Ball game was on. It was 4-3. Alabama was right there. And the bullpen has just scuffled since coming in.
1-1. Hit out towards Fowler in center field. It'll drop in front of him. Another run is in for the Razorbacks. Their lead increases to 11-5.
First baseman, number 18, Reese Robinette.
This one's just, Fowler reads this big swing off the bat, and it's a kind of a toed off the end of the bat of Aloy and falls in front. But right now there's a little bit of frustration going on the Alabama side. They can't seem to find a way to get out of this inning. Arkansas is continuing to run, and it's just, I guess frustration is the only thing I got. I mean, you can just kind of see it in the body language right now, where Alabama feels like, hey, we got one back. And now Arkansas is running and doing everything that they've been doing and just kind of pouring it on.
And another game obviously left in this series coming up tomorrow. And this is territory that this Alabama team really hasn't been in for a little while now. They didn't start out the season with a lot of momentum. After they got swept by Kentucky to start the SEC season, they came back, gathered themselves, and then went on a run. But now they're not only are they getting really taken to task here, it's happening in their building. And they're 3 outs away from losing this series. Tate Robertson getting loose in the Alabama bullpen, and he may be the next pitcher in this game for Alabama, who has their work cut out for them with the remaining schedule. But first things first, they're worried about finishing out this 9th inning without any further damage being done, down 6. Third straight inning with at least 1 run scored by Arkansas. They lead 11-5. Runners on in this game. Arkansas has cashed in significantly, 8 of 16. Meanwhile, Alabama 3 for 18 in this contest as another pitching change taking place for Alabama. It will be the lefty Tate Robertson on the mound.
Tate's first SEC appearance of the year. No ERA, no record, 4th appearance on the season. He's got 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 4 punch-outs, 4 walks. Opponents are hitting .111. Alabama's just looking for somebody to come in and get somebody out. Get them back up to the plate.
And Robertson comes into the game with runners at first and third base. As we get a look at Arkansas's schedule coming up, if they can hold on here, they'll claim a series win for the first time since 2019 here in Alabama. Meanwhile, an upcoming series against Georgia, Ole Miss down the pike as well. And you know, we showed a lot of the numbers early on, the struggles of the pitching staff in SEC play, the struggles of the offense in SEC play. This could be the right elixir to get this team going at the right time.
Oh, absolutely. They're trying to find ways to win games. In these past 2 nights, 8th inning is going to be just that, to get things rolling for this Arkansas team.
One and one to Reese Robinette. Mike Anu started the inning by getting hit by a pitch, ended up scoring to bring in run 11, and now runners at the corners. We talked about the struggles for Arkansas hitting and pitching in SEC play. Different story today. 3 earned runs allowed, hitting .353 on the flip side offensively. And there is a walk to Reese Robinette. That loads the bases for the Razorbacks and presents quite the predicament for Tate Robertson.
Yeah, corners drawn in, middle infield back, looking for a double play ball.
Souza fouls away the first pitch.
But I mean, just the air in this place is all gone. There's nothing. It's completely and utterly deflated.
Oh, 1 into right field for a base hit. This could score 2. Ruiz is in. A second run is in as well as the throw gets away from Lim. At home plate, it's backed up, but 2 more runs are in. It's 13-5 Arkansas on the RBI hit from Nolan Souza.
Third baseman, number 5, DJ Poppy.
Souza gets a slider middle of the plate and laces it. 3 RBIs on the night now. And one of those guys that Dave Van Horn was saying they got to get him going in SEC play.
There's a strike to TJ Pompey. 3-run homer last time up in the 8th. Also has a double today, has scored 3 times. Hits this one out towards center. This will fall for a base hit. Another run in. It is 14-5 Arkansas off the RBI single from TJ Pompey.
Pompey, 4 on the day. He's 1 triple away, won't see it, I assume. I assume.
Yeah. If he sees the plate again, something has gone sideways significantly in this game. And it has already gone sideways for this Alabama pitching staff. Christian Turner pinch hitting now for Carter Rutenbar.
Turner went 1 for 2 last night, had a run scored.
And now John Lim trying to get something readjusted. Well, if you want to figure out the story of this game from a shot, here it is. One team getting loose in the bullpen, the other one throwing around a football. A fair summation of how this game has gone over the last hour.
That bullpen on the right has been going hot and heavy since Zane Adams left after 6. Right now, you don't want your young guys getting out there and getting buried on a bad night. The other one, I'm going to say that that's his warm-up. He carries his football with him, and you know, hypothetically, I mean, he might be in A-day mode where it's like, you know, we had a big football game today here and on campus, and let's throw a football around. But if I did that and it wasn't my pregame mode, I'd get yelled at if I'm throwing around a football during a game.
Oh, 0-1 to Turner. Ground ball over to Holt. The flip for 1. The throw back down to cut down Turner is not there. And once again, a crooked number put up here by Arkansas in this inning. 15-5 ball game now.
I mean, I love it for the fact, look at LeBron come across the bag right here, and this is as hard as he can throw a baseball. He wants that double play. He wants to get off this field, get up to the plate. But how about a 10 spot in the 8th and 9th inning here tonight?
Incredible. And you look at what Arkansas has done with runners in scoring position in this game. 8 of 15.
We're on our 9th hitter. We had 9 hitters last inning.
It has been a rough go for the Alabama bullpen. That one just foul. Helfrich put a good barrel on it, but yanked it foul.
I'm waiting for the third base umpire, Joe Harris, to get out about 10 more yards. That ball was obliterated.
He's getting some steps in over there down the third base line. Helfrich over to LeBron. LeBron makes a long throw and gets Helfrich. What a play by Justin LeBron. Last licks for Alabama when we come back. Arkansas up 15-5. It's a 15-5 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Arkansas 3 outs away from their first series win in Tuscaloosa since 2019. Alabama has a ton of work to do to prevent that from taking place. And it'll be Justin LeBron starting it off for Alabama after making a sensational play to end the 8th inning. Or excuse me, the 9th inning. And LeBron fouls this one away.
You want another way to get scouts' attention? Game's a boat race. Game's over with. You're the best player on the field, and you make that play to get off the field. You're still playing hard. You still care.
And LeBron strikes out to start up the bottom of the 9th inning.
This is a really nice breaking ball by Fisher, a lot of depth, and you can see LeBron just out on the front foot. Big first out, because right now Colin Fisher is trying to eat up these innings. Keep that Arkansas bullpen out in the bullpen so they don't have to spend another arm tonight.
Peyton Steele will pinch hit for Brady Neal.
Neal 1 for 2 on the night, couple of walks. Continues his torrid hitting in the SEC.
Steele started out the season as a regular out in right field. But now coming in off the bench in this one. Off the mark, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Peyton Steele. Well, no surprise that Dave Van Horn knows the right buttons to push.
Yeah.
In terms of a lineup and generating offense.
Or the right screws to push to, or the right screws to turn and get this offense a little bit more motivated. Or he understands what is expected at Arkansas for their program.
A walk by Steele, and he is a 1-out base runner.
I mean, Fisher's working fast. You know, you can tell the starter mentality of going, all right, you know what, attack the zone, get outs.
Caleb Barnett will get his first opportunity to swing the bat today. The freshman in with a runner on at first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th.
Barnett looking for his first collegiate hit.
Won't get it there, but Steele able to steal second base.
Defensive indifference on the advance to second base.
Well, they'll officially call it indifference.
The defensive indifference stolen base. I was never a fan of that when I was out there pitching. There it is. Atta boy, driving the first run.
A base hit to right field that will send in run 6 for the Crimson Tide. The first career hit for Barnett makes it a 15-6 game.
Nice piece of hitting right here. Two-seam fastball away, stays inside of it. Looks to make sure that runner was going to score for his first RBI as well.
Will Plattner the captain, will pinch hit here for John Lim. Swings at the first pitch. 2 down. An easy play for Cam Kojal.
No, I really appreciate Rob Vaughn getting some guys some ABs in this spot. It's been a tough night. These guys are out there working through fall, spring. Just precious ABs.
It'll be up to Evan Taylor to keep this game going. 2 down, bottom 9. It goes right to Pompey. And for the first time since 2019, Arkansas wins a series in Tuscaloosa. An emphatic 15-6 win for the Razorbacks.
I mean, the Arkansas offense just blew it open. Bullpen was really good. They were able to stabilize it, starting pitching, and clutch runners in scoring position hitting.
For Greg Olson and our entire crew, I'm Derek Jones saying so long from Tuscaloosa. Let's head to the other side of the state at Plainsman Park and join Clay Matvick and Todd Walker.